I keep coming second in my interviews. Okay, so this is a big one. I hear it a lot. What can you do, and why do you keep coming second in your interviews? So I think the first thing to say is that we all have judgments, and if you think you don't, you're lying to yourself. And in interview, they become even more apparent. So, what you really need to do. So there's a couple of reasons why you might be coming second a lot. So I think the first thing to say is we can tick off your paperwork. If you're getting regular interviews, it means that you've nailed that bit. If you're coming second a lot, why is that? So it could be for a couple of reasons. Usually it's because you've not addressed a judgment that the interviewer has on you, and a lot of interviewers will clearly have the same judgment. If you're coming second for it will likely be for a similar reason. So you have to work out what that is. How do you do that? So I think it is important to notice, as I was saying before, we all do have judgments, and in an interview it is so important to understand what, before you walk in to that room, what judgments do the interviewers have about you, based on your paperwork, based on your CV, based on your background. They will have in their head what they're expecting to see, and they will have in their head the strengths they're expecting to see, but also be looking out for, maybe not even consciously, but things they might be concerned about. Now, a good example of this is if you're a senior candidate going for a role within your comfort zone. You'll generally be going for a role against someone who's taking a step up, someone who has done maybe that job, for a couple of years and has maybe 3 more years in their career to be at that level. And then you might be coming in having done that job for a while, and where the interviewer would be expecting you to take a step up. So how do you counteract the judgment that they think you won't last, you won't, you'll get a bit bored? And the only way to do that is to address it head on in the interview. If you ignore it, the judgment stays in the mind of the interviewer, and you will likely not get the response and the offer that you're looking for. So my recommendation is to always understand what judgments, both positive and negative, the interviewer will have based on your experience and your background. If you're struggling to do that, the best way to do it is to put yourself in the interviewer's shoes and think, how would you, what would you be thinking about this person before they walked in? Make a list, positive and negatives, and then weave that into your interview as best you can. If you're struggling to do that yourself, we're obviously here to help. It's a major thing that you can do to help turn around your success rate in interviews. So the best of luck, and do reach out if you'd like some assistance.